coffee run currently because you can never have enough coffee. But I'm really needing some extra caffeine, and so is my mom. So I'm just quickly heading down to one of our favorite coffee places, just like super here locally. It's actually like just around the corner from my mom's house. So it's so nice. Like, it's so nice when you have a coffee shop that's really close to where you live at. I get a small sugar-free mocha with bread, eh? Yes, please.
Anything else for you?
And then can I also get a small, let's do another sugar-free mocha, but with oat milk? I always love the punch cards for coffee shops, just because when you go to a place enough, you get enough coffees, you get a free one. So that's always fun. I don't know, it's always just nice to get out of my house after homeschooling all week, and then kids really enjoy it as well. With it being winter time right now, we don't really have a lot of the co-op groups that we go to, just due to kind of holidays being around and colder weather. Sometimes we don't really pick back up until February, so won't be doing any of those. So it's nice to get the kids out of the house as much as I can. Just they like it and they enjoy it, obviously. And it snowed a little bit yesterday, so that excited them a lot, and they got to play outside for a little bit in the snow, even though it was like just barely a skiff of snow on the ground. They still liked it and they enjoyed it. Probably my go-to coffee most of the time is a sugar-free mocha with oat milk. That's like probably my typical, you know, drink, except when the holidays come. And when the holidays come, then it's all about the pumpkin spice, it's all about the peppermint mocha and all of the holiday flavors. Like, to me, I just love it. I don't I'm back home right now. Hung out with my mom for a little bit this morning and just have some housework to do. So I just kind of thought I'd bring you guys along. I might end up maybe doing a little bit of baking. All week I've really wanted to try to make some healthy kind of gluten-free bran muffins. And I don't even know if that could be gluten-free though, because I don't know if necessarily bran is gluten-free. Anyways, maybe I might do that with you guys. So just currently right now, I have my kids are out there, they're doing their chores right now. I just got done actually mopping my front area because I have a new little puppy, and that's kind of where I keep him corralled currently at the moment, just because if I'm ever gone for more than like just a little bit, I like to give him a little bit more space and just leave him in his kennel. And so sometimes he has accidents, and so I was trying to clean that up and just really scrub my floors and get it smelling good. So I'm gonna end up doing that again as well because I would just rather do it like a couple of times and really make sure, like, you know, you get it up good. I do however have to go kind of just tidy up my bathroom for a minute. So let's just go ahead and me and you can go back there and do that together. I feel like I have like this little tray up over here where I typically like kind of keep a lot of my earrings or rings up here. And I currently up here, I have like a lot of chapsticks up here currently. I have like 5 of them, and I know I have more around the house. I think the reason why I have so many is because my daughters tend to take mine and then I don't see it for a while. Another chapstick I found. So for the most part, that's pretty cleaned from me. So next I have to go do a load of dishes. One of my kids' chores is actually unloading the dishes. So she's still currently doing that right now. Let's go finish mopping up by the front door one more time. I have like a hot bowl of water. I kind of have like a janky system going on, but it works for right now. So let's go over there and let's go do that. Laundry right now. I know I need to like shrink down. Just gotta throw in some laundry. Kind of have like a mountain going on over here, I feel like. So I'm also not one who really separates laundry. I know maybe you guys might be watching me and just thinking that I'm like throwing a bunch of stuff in there, which I guess I kind of am. But I do kind of like keep a lot of times my girls' clothes with my clothes, or I definitely separate like clothes from towels, and I try to do sometimes just jeans. I guess it really kind of just depends on how much laundry I have to do, and if I like need to hurry up and get some done, I might sometimes, I guess, not really care about what all I put in there. One thing I do really love is my washer is one of those ones that have an extra large capacity load. I really do love it. It doesn't have like the agitator in the middle, and I just really like it because, you know, I have a big family. We're a family of 6, so having a nice big washer just is probably like my favorite thing in the world. We got it last year, probably beginning of last year, and honestly I've loved it. It's awesome. It's actually now 4:25 and my husband's on his way home from work, so I'm gonna try to get dinner going. I will probably just end up foregoing the muffins and try to do it another day, but I guess I'll go ahead and like just kind of tell you what I wanted to make. It's just like, this is malto meal, just like a hot cereal that I actually make my son sometimes in the morning for breakfast. He doesn't really like the texture of oatmeal. This he really likes. My mom actually told me about this because she says that I really liked it as a kid. So I don't know, it's just kind of funny. But on the back of here, there's like a little recipe for magic muffins. They're called magic muffins and they use this in it. So I think it's kind of like a bran muffin, maybe. I'm not 100% sure if malto meal and bran is the same thing. And I was just gonna try to substitute gluten-free flour, just an all-purpose gluten-free flour that's like a cup for cup kind in for this. So maybe I might end up doing that if there's time. If not, maybe I'll end up doing it a different day. I think what I'm gonna do though for dinner, because I didn't set out any meat, so I kind of need to try to do something quick. I think I'm gonna try to do a soup, a chicken pot pie soup. In my Instapot, it's one I've done one other time before and we loved it. It was super good. And the recipe I use for it is the recipe, I make a baked potato soup a lot, so I kind of use my baked potato soup recipe and kind of changed it up for chicken pot pie soup. I have some chicken breast here, but it's frozen. So one thing I've actually learned to do is I don't like cooking frozen chicken breasts in the Instapot. For some reason, I feel like it always comes out rubbery, it's hard to chew on, and I just don't like it. So I remember one time I Googled, and the method that now I really like to use is actually boiling the frozen chicken breast on my stovetop. So I put a couple chicken breasts in there, I fill it up with just cold water, and I turn it on high on my stovetop and let it all come up to a boil. Once it's boiling, I let it boil for 3 minutes, then I take it off. And this just, it quickly cooks it, and obviously I am then going to put it in the Instapot to further cook it. it just makes it more tender. I know that might seem like a really weird method, and maybe it just seems, I don't know, it works for me. I like it, and it just makes it come out. I feel like the tender comes out more tender, and did I just say the tender comes out more? The chicken comes out more tender, and I like it. So that's what we're gonna do. So this is just chicken breast that I got from Costco. My sister-in-law recommended it to me. She said that she really likes this kind of brand, so I'm trying it out. It's nice to have a really big thing. They're huge chicken breasts though. I don't know, they're huge, but I guess they are skinnier. I don't know. I'm gonna put 4 in here, and we're gonna go fill it up with cold water.
I turn it on and then I open it all the way up.
So in my Instapot here, I'm gonna put it to the saute setting, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let 1 tablespoon of butter go ahead and start melting in here. The next thing I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm just gonna take a small onion, and I'm gonna go ahead and grate it and put it into there. I just noticed that when I do grate it, it's finer, and it just kind of goes by a little bit easier, because chopping onions really gets to my eyes, and it, man, it just makes it burn really bad. So this is what I'm gonna go ahead and do, and then I just kind of let it just slowly saute and cook in there. Okay, next I'm just going to take a couple of garlic cloves, about 3 of them, and I'm gonna put them in there. So one of the differences I do with my potato soup versus this chicken pot pie soup is that for the chicken pot pie, I add in celery and carrots, because that's pretty essential to a chicken pot pie, which I love. It just gives such great flavor to it. So I already have the onion and garlic kind of simmering and sauteing. I always try to keep frozen, like chopped up frozen celery and carrots on hand, because it just makes it super easy. And if I always just keep them fresh in my fridge, I just never really seem to use them that much. So, and the measurement for this is a couple of handfuls. Cup? I don't know. And I just like to kind of let all that start to defrost in there with it and get going. So while this is just kind of going in the pot, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some potatoes out. And obviously super essential to a potato soup, but I just really do love the addition to them in a chicken pot pie soup. You don't need as many. In a potato soup, I do about 7 to 8 potatoes. In this one, I'm probably going to do maybe about 4 potatoes. And these are russet potatoes. I do definitely like using russet potatoes just better, because they're a little bit more heartier. Just more of a starchy potato. So I'm gonna go ahead, get to peeling these and dicing them. I do like to dice them up pretty fine. Okay, I take that back. Not like super fine, but I like pretty good smaller chunks of potatoes. And I do also, at one point near the end, I kind of take out a little bit of the potatoes, and I actually puree that down with some milk and add it in there, because I think that really nicely thickens the potatoes up. It nicely thickens the soup up versus having to put in flour or cornstarch to make it thick, which I don't really like to do in soups if I don't have to. do is I put in 1 can of cream of chicken soup. I just have noticed when I do that, I think it makes for really good, easy flavor without having to like simmer a soup on the stove for all day long or in the crock pot. So just a little bit of a trick. And it also does really good in the chicken pot pie soup as well. So I love these little spatulas for this reason. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add 3 cups of liquid in, or like chicken broth. If I have enough chicken broth on hand, I'll always do chicken broth. But there has been times where I don't have enough or I don't have any, like today, and I just do water and it still comes out just fine. Okay, so I'm shutting off the saute option. And I'm just giving it a really good stir. If you're playing tag. So my chicken over here is done. So I'm gonna bring it over here and I'm gonna chop it up. Let me kind of clean up my mess that I have around me real quick. Seasonings that go in here, I like to do a good amount of pepper and obviously just some,
There you go, Mom.
thank you honey, just a good amount of poultry seasoning because I feel like that's what gives it more of a chicken pot pie flavor. And I will do a little bit of garlic powder and then probably if I had onion powder. So for when I do just the potato soup, I don't add in the poultry seasoning. I'll just do salt, pepper, maybe a little paprika, maybe some red pepper flakes, and then I'll add usually some type of like turkey sausage, or maybe if we're feeling fancy, bacon. But that's about all I'm gonna do for now. It's pretty full, but I have like a really tiny Instapot. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on and I'm going to set it to high pressure for 10 minutes. It will take a little bit to come to pressure, but once it's done, it's gonna be really good. I have to give, what's his name, a bath, Benny.
Benny Boo Boo?
Yeah, because he's
You can do that in the garage. Then you don't even have to bring it in the house.
It's just easier to do it in here because it's too cold out in the garage, and then I don't have like a place to set everything up at. He's so muddy. You ready to get a bath, Benny? Look. Let's get a bath. Come here. William, will you also give me my hair dryer, please, so I can blow dry him? Come on, give me your paws. Come on. Clean your legs, come on. So the reason why we had to clean off both of our dogs is because it's a little cold and wet where we're at, and they decided to dig and have some fun in the backyard. And I really didn't make an end to this video, but our dinner turned out absolutely delicious. Everyone loved it. It's such a hit. So let me know if you guys make this, and if you like it, please make sure you like and subscribe to this video, and we will see you all next time.